Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Come on in, come on in. It's Thriving Solo Thursday. So let's get started. Give people a few minutes to come in. Let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here today, joining my live. I'm Coach Sheree, the single parent life coach, a certified life coach dedicated to uplifting, encouraging, and guiding single parents. I don't know if you noticed about me, but I am currently a single parent with a 24-year-old, 17-year-old, and 15-year-old. And yeah, some may think, oh, you have it easy because they're not younger. No, that's not the case. But my mission is to provide clarity, understanding, and practical steps to help you navigate single parenthood and with confidence. So, together we'll focus on embracing your unique journey, discovering your inner strength, and becoming the best version of yourself for both you and your children. So, today we're going to be talking about building your self confidence as building confidence and self worth as a single parent. And we're going to explore how you can embrace your identity beyond just your role of being a single parent. Your value is not limited to just your daily role or daily duties. You are a whole. You are a whole dynamic person with dreams, passions, and untapped potential. So you want to possess all the potential here on earth. You don't want to die with that potential still left inside of you. So we'll break down this discussion into like 6 focus areas, providing practical steps and strategies to you. So that'll help you rediscover your self worth, nurture your confidence, and create a balanced life. So when you talk about self awareness and acceptance, the objective there is to understand who you are beyond your parenting role. And the way you can do that is, by journaling. I'm real big on journaling because that kind of gives you an eye opener to really get things out of your head and onto paper. And so ask yourself, what are my core values and unique strengths? Like, what is it that I want to do? What do I value? What's something that's a non-negotiable for me as far as my values. We talk about it in the dating world, but what is it about you? What's your core value that you will not negotiate? That means that's for everyone, even yourself. So write those down, and then write down those things that you love about yourself, your passions, your dreams. You want to make sure that you don't lose focus just because you're a single parent. You want to make sure that you are focusing on those dreams and things that you're passionate about, so that you don't lose focus on what you desire to do. Because at some point, your kids are gonna grow up and they're gonna be by them. You're gonna be by yourself if you're not married. Even so, you still are an individual, because I've talked about individuality beforehand, and you really want to make sure that you don't leave this earth leaving all your dreams and things behind because of all the sacrifices you've made. And so once you ask yourself what your core values are and your unique strengths, write them down. Also write down what you love about yourself, your passions and your dreams. And so when you list your interests and your skills and your personal achievements, and all these things about your core values and what you love about yourself, you want to make sure that you remind yourself that it's okay to be imperfect, and it's okay to be not there yet. It's okay that because every day you wake up is not another opportunity to, live out your dreams and your passions, or at least take those first steps towards living them. And so acceptance is the first step of growth. So again, what you want to make sure that you do is understand who you are beyond your parenting role. Journal those thoughts down as far as your core values and your unique strengths, what you love about yourself, and your passions and your dreams, so that you don't lose lose your identity. And so once you list those things down, um, just know acceptance is that first step to growth. Even if there's things that you don't love about yourself, because just writing down the things about that you love about yourself, it's good to write those down, but write those things down that you don't like about yourself. And that should be interesting. For me, I'm like, that's an interesting conversation for myself. But if you can't accept all those things about yourself, how do you expect someone else to accept those things? And not just in a romantic relationship, in any relationship, family, friends, co-workers, even your relationship with yourself. If you can't accept those things, if you can't identify what they are, how can you begin to work on them? And so that also goes into the next area of focus is self-care and setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is a part of your self-care. You want to prioritize your well-being and create a space for your personal growth. And so you want to make sure that you put that time in, that you sit down, and when you are doing your weekly schedule, you want to make sure that you have that time penciled in. And so that you are not losing focus on your self-care is very important, because again, I will always say, how can we nurture our children if we're not taking care of ourselves? And so, if you don't already have a self-care routine, now's the time to get one. Schedule your regular me time. And if that means just not going out and taking yourself on a date, that's cool too. But if it's just going to the store and window shopping, or if you want to go and exercise, if you want to read, if you want to meditate, jot that time down, 30 minutes, put it in your phone, set a timer, and have that self-care time that you need. And so also set clear boundaries. Even with your children, let them know, hey, this is my time to be to myself. Give me a minute. And let them be aware that, hey, this is an important time for me in order for me to rejuvenate so I can be healthy for you. And then also to people that are outside of your children, your friends, your family, coworkers, learn to say no when needed. Because communicating your needs, is important to even your support network. Even when you have obligated your time, it's okay to say, you know what, something's come up, something's changed. I did say that I could do this, but since, even if you're just tired, just say no. Because if you overextend yourself, then your cup is empty, and you don't want to do that. And also another thing you can do after you have your self-care routine and set clear boundaries, you want to practice mindfulness, things that will reduce stress, like, again, to exercise and taking a walk, or just meditating, or saying no. Reaffirming that taking care of yourself is essential, like it's a priority. And then to reduce stress, don't stress. I know that's easier said than done, but the best way to do it is, for me, I pray, I get in quiet time, I journal. And for the last couple days, almost a week now, journaling has been something that is necessary. And then if you don't want to write it on paper, because sometimes if you're rushing, sometimes you can't understand what you've written down, but type it on your computer or on your phone and leave it in your notes. There's, even if you have an iPhone, and I'm sure Androids do too, but there's even like a journal section. You can even download this mood app to understand what your moods are. And and then you can go back and look for a week and say, oh, you know what? This is how I was feeling. That may help you set up, increase certain things you can do as far as a self-care routine that's inexpensive. Sometimes it's just taking a walk or just standing outside for 15 minutes. Taking a 15-minute walk, just going outside and taking in the air, weather permitting, of course, because lately we've had some crazy weather. But definitely taking out that time to really rejuvenate yourself, really just, de-stress and take the weight of the world off your shoulders. Even though after you do that, it may seem that it's still there. But I believe if you continue practicing it, it'll definitely, become something that will help you de-stress and rethink and refocus and then reset yourself so that you're ready to tackle whatever that is that's weighing you down. And so the third area of focus is, again, rediscovering your identity, and your personal growth. I'm real big on personal growth because, how do you know if you've grown unless you tackle those things about you that you don't like, or unless you enhance those things that you are good at, but they still need work. And so you want to explore your interests and goals that are uniquely yours, not your kids. Your kids may benefit from them, and that's okay. But what are your goals that are just for you? Whether that's purchasing your first home, or buying a car, or going shopping for yourself. Because if you're like me, the kids always come first. You make that sacrifice. If they need something versus you, more than likely, you're gonna go and get what your children need. And so you can set short term and long term goals. And short term goals don't have to be 2 years from now. It can be a month from now. It can be 2 weeks from now. Whatever that short term goal is, write it down, set up, write it down, and then decide what steps you need to take to get to that goal. And even if that means, okay, well, I need to spend less, or I need to save more. So, what things can you pull back from that's going to help you save more and spend less? And so, even in your term goals, if that means, okay, I want to buy a house in a year, I want to save $10,000 in the next 6 months or the next year, whatever that may be, set that goal and then put mini goals underneath that main goal. For instance, if I say I want to, save $10,000 for the year, then each find out what you would need each month to save in order to reach that 12-month goal. So, and figure out what you can pull back from and what you can eliminate in order to get to that goal of saving $10,000. Now, that's not going to be easy because things are going to come up unexpected, and it just seems like you're not going to get to that place where you need to be, because I'm there now. Trust me, I'm there. But the best thing to do is to continue to have that goal, regroup, and go right back into it. And so whatever those short-term goals are, long-term goals are, get excited about it, because at least now you have come to the place where you can identify, yes, I need to set this goal. Because we're going from mindset from surviving to thriving. You don't want to just survive. You want to thrive. You want to be able to breathe and say, you know what? Yeah, that's due. Okay. I budget for that. It can go through, And so, and then when you figure out what those goals are, if you have some new skills that you're wanting to obtain, maybe for your career path, your job, or your personal business, whatever that may be, enroll into some workshops or some courses that'll help you reach that goal that are aligned with your interests. Whether that's art, technology, any other passion, whatever that may be, make sure that you set aside that time to invest in yourself. And again, look at your finances, look at what you can do so that you're able to set these goals. And if you can't do it right now, put yourself in a position to where, okay, well, let me set this goal to where I can work on that next. And so also, if you have any hobbies like reading or biking, or, I think they have this new thing called pickleball. Something I'm not interested in, but if that's something you're interested in, or something you were interested in before you became a single parent, figure out those things and explore how you can incorporate your children in that. And that way it doesn't feel like you are pulling away from something, or you're sacrificing so much and you're never thinking about yourself. If it's art and you like to draw, or you like to write, or you like to color, again, even if it's a fashion thing that you like to do, and or decor, you like to decorate, or you like to put, clothes together, that's awesome. Or even dance, whatever those hobbies are, figure out how you can become creative with it, how you can, grow with it, how you can allow that to be something that's fun for you to do. And again, a part of your self-care routine, your self-time, your me time. And so the fourth thing we want to talk about is affirmations and mindset shifts. in order to do all these things that we talked about previously, you do have to affirm yourself. You do want to make sure your mindset is in the place where you can do that. If you have so much going on and you can't think straight, again, I'm not saying rush yourself. I am saying when you are ready to do these things. You want to transform your inner dialogue and challenge your limiting belief, because your inner dialogue can tell you that I'm not ready. It can tell you, I can't do this right now. I got 1, 2, 3 ABC going on. Trust me, I've been there, done it. I'm there now. And so um, we sometimes have to fight with our inner selves because of what we see. It doesn't look like it can happen. At least not. I tell my kids, no doesn't mean never. It just means not right now. And so sometimes I have to tell myself that, and that's the good thing to tell yourself. When you have those inner dialogues, yes, like, oh, something unexpected happens. Oh, I had planned to do this or planned to do that. I'm never gonna get to that place. No, 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 no. Don't speak life into something that is out of alignment with what goal you set for yourself. Set that goal and say, you know what? I've had this minor setback, but I'm gonna have a major comeback. And that's the mindset that I had to change from a week ago. And so definitely, create a list of positive information, such as like, I am more than my parenting role. I am worthy of success and happiness. I am, more than just the many hats or many roles that I play. I am more than just a daughter or a son or a mother or a father. I'm more than just, an employee. Sometimes we can have these jobs and I work, even though I work from home, it's still just like going into an office and working. But it's one of those things where, amidst the chaos, put positive affirmations on your computer desk or in your car or on your phone and set a timer or an alarm for it to come up so that you can see it when it pops up. I am worthy. I am enough. I am going to make it. Sometimes words just that simple that you need to hear and remind yourself, I am who God says I am. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made in his image. Whatever that is for you to tell yourself to keep going, keep going. Take every step that you need to take for you. And so when the challenges come and challenges of negative self-talk come, you want to pause and refrain, from believing those thoughts. I don't care how bad the situation is, and just say, what, I'm going to get through this. Now, your feelings may not match what your words are saying, but eventually you will feel that peace that you felt beforehand or before that situation happened. And then you want to practice gratitude, for yourself. Start journaling those things down, a daily record of something that you're grateful for, things that you appreciate about yourself, what you're grateful for. Sometimes you can be grateful for your strength that you have to keep going. You're grateful for the courage that you have that you have kept going. You're grateful that you are loving on your children, to keep going. You're grateful that you do have a job, a roof over their head, that nothing is turned off. Because sometimes it happens. It happens to the best of us. Doesn't mean you're a failure or that you failed. It just means that, hey, things are overwhelming and maybe you forgot, or maybe you didn't have the money for it. Maybe you didn't have anyone to ask. But at the end of the day, you did the best that you could. And so those practicing gratitude is so important, because then you become more grateful even in the midst of those storms that you're going through. Because sometimes you can feel like you're in one storm, and then here comes another one. And before you know it, in the midst of that one storm, you have, I call them mini tornadoes. And so definitely keep that journal of gratitude so that you can, again, shift your mindset. And that way you're not thinking negative or speaking negative. You are thinking more on a positive level. And don't get me wrong, facing reality and being real, keeping it 100, most people say, yes, do that. But don't negate the fact that you are still worthy of everything that you dream of. Every passion that you have, you're still worthy of going after those things. And so The fifth thing I want to talk about, area of focus, will be building and leaning on your support network. A lot of times people feel like their network has to be family, and it doesn't have to be. Feel like you have to be best friends. It doesn't have to be. Because I like have a neighbor that I never went to their home, but if I needed something, I needed them to watch out, I needed them to pick up kids from the school, they would do just that. We don't celebrate Christmas or anything like that together. We don't go to church together, but we are neighbors, so where we look out for each other, and so that I consider them a part of my support network. And so, sometimes the hardest thing for us to do as single parents is to recognize that you don't have to do it all alone. And it's been a big one for me. In certain seasons, it has been one that has hindered me, um, or enabled me, from seeing the good in other people that didn't want anything from me, because of past experiences. I felt like, oh, okay, what does this person want? Are they gonna try to tell me something and make me do it just because they're helping? And you have to shift the way your mindset is because everybody's not the same. And so steps and strategies in this area would be to connect with like-minded individuals. I have my Facebook single parenting group. I also have the group on Instagram as well, the Single Parent Life Community. And you have a community of single parents, men and women, that, it's good to connect with those type of people because they know what you're going through, what you've dealt with. You may not deal with it in the same way, but we can all empathize and encourage each other. And so you want to make sure that you have, even if it's a local group, sometimes just for single parents, or if you have a group of friends that are single parents, meet up once a month. And, especially if you have younger children, and see about how, um, see who can babysit that night while you go and date yourself, or while you just go take a nap, or rest for the day. And so it may, whether that's one, two, three, or just one, just that one person. However, um, allow yourself to be helped. Sometimes it's not in the form of money. Sometimes it's not in the form of uh, money or groceries or anything like that. Sometimes it's just time that's needed for yourself. And so, even if things are super overwhelming, because they can be that way, I'm a big believer, even as a life coach, I have a therapist. And, consider doing that, or you can contact me and we can walk you through those things that are hard or challenging, that to get you to think and to get you to sit down, because sometimes you just need to talk it out. And then that way you can have someone to walk you through your thoughts, and maybe they'll get you to thinking in a different direction than where you were, to kind of give yourself that grace, that compassion, that self-assurance that you need. Sometimes we look for it in other things, and sometimes it's in a life coach or a therapist, and sometimes we avoid those things because, oh, well, only crazy people go see therapists or life coaches. No, 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 no. You just need a little guidance, and that's okay. And so, also, when you have other single parents, celebrate your growth, celebrate where you're at right now, because that is growth. I don't care if you thought about um, walking away from a situation yesterday and today you're better. Again, that's growth, because you took out the necessary time to meditate and figure out a plan and to figure out, okay, I don't need to do this. And just thinking in a different direction is growth. It is. Because again, when you have that moment, you may have to tell yourself that again. That is growth, because what you didn't do is you didn't allow your mind to take you to that place of, you know what, I'm done. I'm giving up. Nope, you've come too far to give up. And so last but not least, we have this one called, celebrating your success and acknowledging your progress. Just similar to what I just said. Your journey doesn't have to look like everyone else's. Your journey is your journey. And whether it's big or small, you need to celebrate every achievement. Um, I had some trying things that happened to me last week, and I'm still working through them. And I was not going to come live, but I'm grateful that I am, because I had my supportive network that talked me through these things and prayed for me, and what I was dealing with. And I'm just grateful to God, to them, that they're part of my support network. because even when you are that giver or that strong person or that one that can be there for everyone and pray for everyone, you need that too. Because when my cup is empty, who pours into it? So it's so important to also, I said earlier about a gratitude journal, but also have a success journal, even if it's in that same book. Get you a success journal. I have a journal for everything, honestly, I do. But get you a success journal, document your wins, your progress, put dates on there, your moments of your personal growth. I'm probably going to document this tonight that, despite what I was dealing with, going through, I still went live to encourage you all and even myself, and even when you do these things, these strategies, and they're starting to work for you, reward yourself. Even if when you reach your milestones, reward yourself. Whether that's doing a little dance in the room or cooking your favorite snack, whatever that may be, reward yourself. Have a disco dance. I'm probably telling my age, but have you a 70s party, 90s party, whatever year you're born in. You don't have to just wait till your birthday to celebrate you. Celebrate yourself because when you celebrate every milestone, because tomorrow's not promised to us. We don't know the day nor the hour, but the best thing to do is to celebrate yourself, celebrate your small wins, celebrate even the wins in your mind. So important is as treating yourself to like a favorite activity or a moment of relaxation, whether it's going to the spa or even if it's just relaxing in your bed, taking a hot shower and relaxing in your bed. Because I look forward to going to bed every night. I love to sleep. I really do. I have a friend that says, "Oh my goodness, you love your naps." I do. I'm looking forward to it on Saturday. And so, and then go back when you have the gratitude journal or the success journal, go back and look at those journals and see how far you came. And, use those reflections as fuel for your future growth, and to further your personal growth. And so in closing, we've explored 6 key areas to help you build your confidence and recognize your self-worth beyond parenting. And so remember that your identity is multifaceted. You are a parent, you're a dreamer, you're a doer, and so much more. You're an entrepreneur, whether you know it or not. I'm sure somewhere down deep in that, and if it's not, you are that encourager. You are that person that, can pour into others, but allow others to pour into you. The right people, of course. But don't overwhelm yourself saying that I can do all this. I don't have anybody to help me. I can do it by myself. No, don't do that. Because you can miss out on your blessings by doing that. Trust me, I was one of those, and I'm still trying to pull back from that. And so just remember every step that you take toward your self-care and personal growth is a testament of your strength. Embrace the journey. Single parent is not the easiest job in the world. I don't think any parent is easy for any parent to do, whether it's a 2-parent household or 1-parent household. But, embrace your journey, celebrate, every victory, small or big. And always remember your value is inherent, not is inherent. It's not defined by your role as a single parent, So I encourage you to pick up at least one strategy from today's session and integrate it into your daily routine. Start small, be patient with yourself, and watch as your confidence blossoms over time. Trust me, it will. It will. I'm a different person than I was in 2019, and it is such a freeing feeling because of how I handle certain situations now versus how I used to handle them. And so I hope there's been something that you have learned on tonight that has encouraged you to be, to be yourself, be an individual besides being, a parent. Thank you all for joining me today and being open to this journey of self-discovery, your self-worth, building your confidence. You're not alone. I'm here to support you every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining and valuing the incredible person you are. See you next Thursday. Bye for now.